Hello and welcome to Homes Fambus YouTube channel. If you haven't met me before, my name is Claire. I am your yoga instructor. And so a couple of things from me before you start. All you need is a yoga mat. You need no other props today, unless you know that you like to sit onto a block just to elevate your hips. You could sit on a yoga block like the one I have there. You could also sit on a blanket if you need to. And if you're not sure, I would say to grab those anyway. So when you're ready, come to make your way onto your mat. And let's together find a comfortable seat. And so personally for me, I do like to sit on a block. Makes it a little easier to sit tall. And you could be in this almost kneeling shape, or if you prefer, you could move into a cross-legged position. And maybe if you're not sure, try both. See what feels the most comfortable for you. And so once you have found that perfect position, come to sit nice and tall. Rest your hands down onto your thighs. Let's take a deep breath in together. Breathe it in. And then a great big exhale through the mouth. You made it. You made it to your mat. Sometimes even that's the hardest part of class, you know, just even getting here, even carving out that time to come and connect onto your mat. So well done for being here. Deep breath in again. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. One final one. Deep breath in. Fill up your lungs, front, back, sides. Let it out. And then close down the eyes, dip the chin just a little bit to help get a nice long neck. And start to settle on in. And then that closing of the eyes certainly helps with that. And right now you're not doing anything particular, anything special with the breath, just start to turn your attention to it. And maybe you notice that as you begin to watch the breath, it naturally starts to change for you. And maybe it starts to slow down when you pay that attention. Maybe the breath understands that there is no need to hurry. So gentle breaths here, really full inhales and exhales. And try to find stillness with your body. And so resist that urge to fidget. And I understand that can be hard. But see how it feels to be perfectly still. Hands resting calmly onto the legs. And know that this is your time, your practice. This is a piece of your day or evening that you have carved out to serve yourself. And it's only when we can serve ourselves and look after ourselves, it's only then that we can show up feeling refreshed and energized in order to then perhaps serve others. Breath continues to move in and out through the nostrils. Nice and easy. And body feels soft. If you just need to shake the shoulders for a moment, just to double check that there is a dropping and a releasing through the shoulders, then by all means take that movement, but then come back into stillness. And know that this time we have together today is completely for you, so you can modify your practice in any way you need to. You can skip poses out if they don't feel nice in the body. So making it very much about your practice, not mine. Let's take a couple more deep breaths in and out. And then softly open the eyes and just notice how that feels to just sit still and upright with eyes closed. Just notice the shifts and the changes that that can bring, both to the breath and also how you feel, how much calmer and quieter you feel inside just through sitting and breathing a little bit. And you can do that at any point during your day if you feel like you need a little bit of downtime. So let's start to move into the body. And let's begin by taking real gentle half head circles right and left. And just make sure in this movement that your head is really heavy. You're completely releasing that head, chin to chest, and then rolling. So you're trying not to bring tension up to the shoulders. The shoulders stay lengthening down the back. And maybe as you go, you might notice the neck could pop and crack as little vertebra release. And that's all perfectly normal as long as, of course, it doesn't cause you pain. And then if it feels nice, if you want to explore the full circle, then have a go. Sometimes it feels nice, sometimes it doesn't. And our body is different every day. There are days when you feel open and fresh and flexible, and there are days when you really don't. So check in to see how you feel today, how this practice feels for you today. Coming back to the half head circles, if the full head circle didn't feel nice, and then gently bring the head back onto the neck. And then if you're on a block, you can move that, pop that to one side. And let's come and take a seated twist. So cross your right leg and bring your left foot to the outer right thigh. You're trying to ground strongly into the floor with your sit bones. If you notice in this position that your hip is lifted, then that would be your guidance to put a blanket underneath just to help you root that sit bone to earth. And so from here, take left hand behind you, reach up tall through your right arm, and then take the stretch. So left leg is on top, and you're turning to the left. If this isn't accessible or if this hurts your bottom knee, you can do this version exactly the same with that left foot to the outer right thigh, but with your bottom leg extended. So two different versions there, a bent bottom knee or an extended one. So rinse here, imagine that your belly is like a tea towel. It's that rinsing action right in the midsection of your belly. And then come to center, keep the legs as they are. Take a moment just to rotate the other way. Deep breath in and out. Like feel that stretch right in here. And then come to center. Let's move that to the second side. Right foot to the outer left leg. Right hand behind you, left arm lifts up for a moment to help you to get long through your spine, and then take that arm to the outer right leg. Again, if you wish to feel this with bent bottom leg, then please do. Grounding sit bones to earth and crown of the head to the sky, getting as tall as you can and trying not to lean back. So it's a lift up through your spine to the best of your ability. Let's take that twist other side. So legs stay the same. There's that little derotation. Sometimes that feels the deepest stretch in a way when we do that. And then release, come to cross your legs with right leg in front of left. Again, sitting up onto a blanket if you need to. Take a deep breath in, move your hands forwards, deep breath out and melt forwards. Feel how that stretch gets into the outer right leg and seat. And if you are more flexible, then of course you could reach and maybe you fold forwards a little more. And if you're not, if that feels, enough, then you can stay upright. You can even have the hands behind you to give yourself a little bit of support here if you need. Otherwise, keep the nice full breaths coming in through the nostrils and out through the nostrils. And try to soften in the place where you feel the stretch. So you can almost feel those muscles fighting. And so see if you can just encourage them to let go, to soften. And let's slowly peel up and move that to your other side. So often we don't feel the same on each side. So this could be your more open side. It could, of course, be your tighter side. So just notice how it feels with no judgment, just acceptance. And then once again, take that deep breath in and relax into the stretch. And try to keep your gaze really soft today. So whilst you're practicing, you're not glaring at the floor or fixing your gaze to something. Keep it very, very light, even when you're looking at your screen, to keep an eye on me and what I'm doing. Try to keep a very soft look. And that'll just help you to internalize a little bit and relax. Let's take a couple more breaths on this side. To slowly peel up, and when you're ready, come to transition onto all fours. Pad up your knees with blankets if you are a little bit delicate around your kneecaps. Otherwise, hands to the floor, wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Let's move through our back bends. So inhale, lift up the tail, the face and the chest. And exhale, tuck chin to chest and round the spine, coming into the lovely cat-cow, which is, one of the best ways of freeing up and releasing tension from the spine. It's this arch and then a curl. So you're asking your spine to move in these two different ways. And keep going with that. You can move a little quicker than me if you wish, or slower. And just make sure each movement is paired, if you can, with a breath. So an inhale to look out and an exhale to tuck and round. Let's take one more deep breath in, lift up, lengthen. Exhale, tuck and round. And then from here, keep your hips above your knees, walk your hands forward and bring your forehead to the earth. And so deliberately your sit bones, your bottom is to the sky. And try to melt right in between the shoulder blades. Yeah, right into this portion of your back. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Softening right in between this stiffest part of your spine. Taking a couple more breaths. And then from this position with your arms reaching forwards, let's take that cat-cow shape here. So rather than hands being underneath the shoulders, they're stretched out in front of you. So here we go. Let's round the spine, tuck the chin to the chest. And then release, bring chest towards the floor. Yeah, maybe you look forwards. Again, tuck the chin round the spine. And open, chin to floor. Twice more. Tuck and round. And drop and extend. Here we go, final time. Tuck and round. And drop through the heart and chin. Lovely. Just slowly walk the hands back. Take a moment in your child pose. Just let that go from the body. So bottom to heel. Deep breath in. Let it go. Deep breath out. Good. Come on to all fours. Take a moment, take an inhale and then tuck your toes. Lift your hips to the sky and keep those knees really bent. Begin to pedal through your feet. Bending one knee, then the other knee. Couple more. Trying to get this really long spine. And then perhaps keeping still with knees straight, or maybe knees bent if you feel that you need to just work that long spine a little more. So nice deep breaths in and out here. And then from here, bring the knees to the floor, step your left leg forwards, and then heel toe it out to the left, toes out to 10 o'clock, coming into lizard. Lift your left arm, take an inhale, sweep back. Exhale, take that circle. Deep breath in, open, you're opening through the chest, through the front of the shoulder and into the hips. Good, great big sweep, inhaling. Exhale, final time, inhaling. And exhale, this time pause here. And so I'm taking and pushing and guiding that knee away from my torso. Heart lifts. Feel the nice stretch through that arm. And then release. And let's move that to the other side. So left knee comes back. You step the right foot forwards. I heel toe my foot out to the side, so toes point to 2 o'clock. Left hand to the floor. Move that right knee away from you and let's start that circle. So great big circle back, open the chest and sweep the arm. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Again, getting as big as you can into your circle, getting right into the shoulder joint. And then this time, pause here, reach the fingers towards the back of the mat and see how that stretches through the front of that right arm. Take a couple more breaths again, knee moves away from your body. And then circle the hands to the floor. Take your right knee back and once again find yourself into downward facing dog. Bottom high. Pedal once again through the feet. Take a moment, shake out the head. Nice and relaxed through the neck. And then move those feet hip distance apart and begin to walk your hands all the way back to the feet and melt yourself all the way over your legs. Should feel good. Again, that little pedal through the legs, if that feels nice, little sway right and left. And then let's slowly peel up, stacking one vertebra at a time. And then when you're ready, come to move to the top of your mat. Ground your feet to the floor, take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And let's begin to flow. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. And exhale, dive over your legs. Let it go. Let's step the right foot to the back of the mat and just gently place that knee to the earth. On your next inhale, sweep the arms and the chest up to the sky. Good. Again, take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Good. Inhale. Place the hands to the floor, pick up the back knee to enable you to step back to downward facing dog. Pull in through your belly as you ripple forwards into plank, and then just gently bring the knees, the chest, the chin to the earth. Inhale into cobra. Make sure those elbows are closed into your side body here. So it's your inhale to gently push yourself back, downward facing dog. So every time you come to downward facing dog, take a moment to shake out the head and make sure that the neck and shoulders feel relaxed. And then let's step the right foot in between the hands. Just that reminder, sometimes it only gets here. So you have to physically pick it up and put it there, or you can come down to the knees and then step that right foot forward. So find something that works for you and your body. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Take an inhale, set the hands to the floor, step your left foot to meet your right and bow. Bend the knees, inhale, rise up. Exhale, connect the hands to the heart. Let's move a little quicker into your left side. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, dive over your legs. Don't worry if you can't touch the floor, that's okay. Left foot steps back, bring the knee to the earth. On your next inhale, you rise. On your next exhale, you plant the hands and step your way back to dog. Inhale, come into plank. Beginners might immediately come to the knees. And then lower knees, chest, chin, or hips can lead first for something a little easier. Inhale, cobra again. Elbows tuck into the side waist. And then exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Let's step the left foot forwards in between the hands. When you get there, knee down. Next, inhale to rise. Next, exhale, pick up the back knee, a little bit of a push forwards to enable you to step to the top of your mat and fold. Bend the knees, inhale, sweep and rise up. Exhale, connect the hands to the heart. Good, lovely. Moving on, deep breath in, lift up. Deep breath out, forward fold. Step your right foot to the back of the mat. This time, keep your knee off the floor. When you're ready, press strongly through the feet. Peel up your upper body and come into that high lunge. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. Drop your right arm and take a little bit of a side bend to the right here. Your left side body. And you'll notice how the balance changes. So just move ever so cautiously to the right, keeping that left knee tracking forwards. Let's come up to center. Take that other side, left arm drops. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Rise up to center. Bring the right hand to the floor. Maybe you wiggle the back foot even further back to take your lunge twist. Left arm lifts to the sky. To make this a little easier, you could bring the back knee, of course, to the floor. Otherwise, take a deep breath in, connect the hands to the floor, and exhale, push back, downward dog. Inhaling through to plank, and exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, sweep through into cobra. You can come a little higher if the body feels ready. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, let's step the right foot forwards. Take a nice inhale here. And exhale, step and fold. Inhale, sweep to rise. Exhale, hands to the heart, to the second side. Deep breath in, lift up. Deep breath out, release and let it go. Left leg steps back. Push through the feet, rise up into that high lunge. And let's move through those side bends again. So drop the right hand, a little stretch to the left. to come to center. Left arm drops, little bit of a sway to the left. Keep that knee, don't let it collapse in here. Keep it tracking forwards. It will really help with your balance. Good, deep breath in. Left hand to the floor, wiggle the back foot further back. Drop your hips and lift up right arm. Take an inhale, connect hands to the floor. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take an inhale, ripple forwards into plank. Take an exhale, lower knees, chest and chin. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. Neck is nice and long here. Exhale, downward dog. Let's step your left foot forwards into that fingertip lunge. Take a breath in and a breath out. Your feet meet at the top of the mat. Let it go. Take a couple of breaths here, my friends. Just lengthen. Just let some of that hard work go. You can wiggle through the shoulders. Anything that feels good here. To rise up, great big breath in. And exhale, connect the hands to the heart. Well done. Take a moment, bring those feet together. Make sure shoulders move down your back. Let's keep on moving and flowing. One more flow. Let's bend the knees and brush the floor. Utkatasana, also known as chair pose. So it's almost as if I'm just about to sit my bottom back on a chair. You'll feel how strong this one is in the thighs. And if I show you that from the front, let arms reach forwards. If that feels too much for your shoulders, then just bring the hands to the heart. Take one more deep breath, and then let's straighten the legs. Tip your body back into the fold. Bring your hands to the shins, set your shoulders onto your back. Take a full inhale, and an exhale, just step yourself straight back. Downward facing dog. Let it go, shake out the head. From here, bring your feet together, sweep the right leg to the sky just for a moment, and then step it a little to the right. Move your left foot to the left, and then flatten onto the sole of the left foot as you rise up, warrior one. And so from the front, you'll see that my feet actually are on different train tracks rather than the same track. Does that make sense? They're separate. There's that little bit of hip distance apart going on here. Hips, torso move to the front. Let's take a deep breath here in warrior one, and then just release that, hands to the floor, step back, downward facing dog. And let's feel that to the second side. So feet together, left leg lifts. So you get that little bit of momentum to step it in between the hands, a little to the left. Right foot to the right, sole of the foot down, rise up, warrior one. And there's a feeling of really grounding down into the outside edge of that back foot. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Lovely. Let's connect the hands to the floor once more. Take downward facing dog. And then give yourself a moment. Come onto the knees. And come to rest in child pose with forehead to the hands. Just let it go. Deep breath in and out here. Just let the body settle. Let the heat of the body settle. Take one more breath. And then come to lift up. Give yourself a moment for the shoulders to relax. If you need to take a little bit of a shoulder wiggle, you can. And then when you're ready, come to make your way back into downward facing dog. And we'll work through a number of standing poses before you come back down to the earth. So come to take your downward facing dog. Pedaling out through the feet once again. Easing yourself back into the pose. And then bring your feet together. Sweep the right leg to the sky. Step it through and come back into warrior one. So right foot to the right, left foot to the left. Deep breath in here. Great big reach through the arms. From here, take a deep breath in. Straighten your front leg as you hinge forwards. Doesn't have to be far. And you'll notice that pretty intense stretch into the back of that right leg. Okay, let's take that a couple of times. So reconnect to the bend of the leg. Warrior one, inhale. Exhale, sweep back. Try to keep your hips nice and square. Again, deep breath in. Straighten the front leg. Deep breath out. Good, I'll just show you that from the front. So we have those train track feet. I'll inhale. Hips stay square as I exhale. So notice that my body is right in the middle of my legs here. It's not swinging out to the side. So just draw that right hip crease back so you're nice and long. Let's go one more. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. To rise back up into warrior one. Change the feet, heel to arch alignment. So front heel to back arch. And come into your warrior two. And so if you've been working with me in these classes before, you know that we tend to always do a warrior two in our sessions. It's really good to ground down into the legs. It brings elements of feeling safe and strong, nice and stable. And then bring your forearm to the thigh and reach up and over through that top arm. And try to spin your heart towards the sky. Front knee, have a little look. Make sure it's not buckling in here. So it's still guiding over that second and third toe. Take a great big lift in and then turn your feet to the side of your mat. Heels in, toes out. Bring the hands to the heart center into goddess pose. And again, the knees might want to buckle in. Try and wrap them back if you can. Full breath. You should feel a heat, a strength building into your thighs. That would be right. Take another inhale and exhale. And then straighten the legs. Swish your heels out to fold forwards. Wide-legged forward fold. Let it go. If the hands don't come to the floor, you could have them to a yoga block or some books, paperback books. Anything at all that lifts the floor to you. If you have nothing to hand, that's okay. You could be halfway and just ground your hands to your shins. So again, just work with your flexibility, your body, and know that no matter how flexible or not you are, even by working in these poses, you're building up strength and flexibility. Yeah, nothing has to be perfect here. Couple more breaths, let it go. To rise up halfway, take a deep breath in, turn to the front of your mat, so that should be over your right foot, and then just let that go, downward facing dog. Let's move through a vinyasa. So inhale, come through into plank, belly is strong, legs hug actively in towards each other, knees, chest, chin, or knees, hips, and chin. Inhale. Again, just make sure shoulders are not here, my friends. Draw them away from the ears. Deep breath in and exhale. We meet together, downward facing dog. Just enjoying the stretch into the back body. And again, just that reminder, if your downward dog feels like it looks like this, then just make sure you bend the knees, push into the hands and send your bottom back in space. So it doesn't matter if the knees are bent. What matters is that the spine is long rather than rounded. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense to you. Let's do that sequence second side. So left foot forwards, right foot grounds, rise up, warrior one. Take a deep breath in, straighten the front leg and reach forwards. Coming into that hamstring stretch. Again, inhale, reconnect to the leg, bend. Exhale, sweep back. Good. Again, that little reminder, torso is completely over the center of your mat. Again, deep breath in, nice and fluid. Here's your final one. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. To reconnect once again into your warrior one. To change your feet, heel to arch alignment, warrior two. Now just take that to the other side. Just so that you can still see me rather than my back body. Take a deep breath in and out, warrior two. Really reach the arms away from each other. Press through the feet. To bring left forearm to the thigh, reach up and over side angle. And try to get that lovely long, sharp line all the way down your side body and into the leg. Good, rise up. Turn the feet once again to the side of your mat, heels in, toes out, to push into your wide squat, otherwise known as goddess pose, and really fuel the breath here. This is quite an intense pose on the legs. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Again, inhale. Exhale, let's straighten the legs. We flip the heels out, toes in, so a little bit pigeon-toed. To push back, once again, you're back into your forward fold. Heavy head, chin tucks towards the chest. Couple of breaths. To turn towards your front leg, that should be your left leg this time. To step back into downward facing dog. And then bring knees to the earth. Come to sit either kneeling, cross-legged, on a cushion, on a block, doesn't matter. Just give yourself a moment, let the body rest. Taking a moment to drop into the stillness and the quiet. And then open the eyes. Well done, my friends. So let's start to slow it down. Take a couple of stretches down here on the floor. For your next pose, it's a wide-legged forward fold. Personally, for me, I like to sit on a block or a blanket. Have a feel. You may do, you may not. So come to sit onto something, yeah, if you can. And it'll become clear why in a moment. And so opening the legs into this wide shape, and this is not necessarily the most comfortable shape for people, which is why, again, that guidance to sit on something that elevates your hips will help you to tilt your pelvis in order to give you this sense of being able to tip forwards a little bit. Yeah, otherwise what tends to happen, and I'll show you with my own body, if I don't sit on a block, is I feel a little bit like this. I feel a little stuck, like the weight is rolling backwards when actually I want to come forwards, okay? So again, that prop underneath you literally lifts bottom up. So have a feel. And maybe you're more open than me and you don't need that block. Either way, listen to your body. Take your legs to a comfortable distance apart. So try not to overstretch here. It's quite a big, intense stretch into the inner thighs. So take a deep breath in and then just fold forwards just a little. And you might find that there's an intensity behind, particularly I find the inner knee. And if that doesn't feel nice, a way of taking that out, if it does feel pinchy, is to do this pose with bent legs. So lots of options there for you to take. Otherwise, if all feels good, legs wide, forward fold. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Try to, once again, surrender into the pose as opposed to fight. Just a few more breaths. And of course, in your own time, you're welcome to do any of these stretches. Use any of these videos that we're providing for you, and find something that works for you. You can always hit the pause button if you feel that you want to stay in a pose for longer than maybe I'm doing it for. So let's come up, and just very gently, it helps if you pick the legs up and together. Yeah, helps a little bit. Good. So let's come into Janu Shashasan. Extend your left leg out. Bring the sole of your right foot into the inner thigh. Take a deep breath in and fold forwards. And if this doesn't feel comfortable for this leg, you're welcome to, again, prop up to give that leg a little bit of support with a block or a blanket. You could also, if you wish, do this pose with a parallel leg with sole of the foot to the earth. Yeah. So again, just find your modifications and know that there's no right or wrong. It's about finding what works for your body. Big breath, so emptying out the stress, the tightness from the body, from the mind and the heart space. And it's that calm, steady breath that makes all of these moves, that turns all of these moves, I should say, into yoga as opposed to just stretching. It's that magic element of adding a steady breath that you're in the stretch and the breath is encouraging your body to relax and your mind to relax. And that's what we're trying to achieve in our yoga practice. Let's switch sides. You were there for a while. Other leg extends, deep breath in and deep breath out, melt forwards. And if you're lucky enough to have a yoga strap or a belt to hand, it could also be nice to hook that strap over the foot. Particularly if you're a little tighter of the hamstring, it enables you to just have something to gently pull on. To lift up, to come to make your way onto your back. Get a little bit into the hips before we finish with a nice twist. So just cross your left ankle over that right thigh. You're welcome to stay here or lift up and interlace behind the right leg, your choice. Just here for a couple of breaths. You could also just cradle the foot and ankle. You're just easing into that left leg. And then let's switch change. Other one. Right ankle across left thigh. Again, a little bit of a push away. And then again, option to stay here or hug it in. And again, remember you can press pause and be in particularly these reclined, gentler poses that we do at the end of the class. You can do all of these for as long as you can. In fact, I'd recommend if you can press pause and be here for longer in your own time, then do so. These are really great poses to do for even up to 5 minutes at a time. Let's gently release, draw the knees into the chest. Let's take our spinal twist. So bring the soles of the feet, balls of the feet, to the earth, just to enable you to scoot your hips to the left. And then hug the knees in, knees to the right, left arm out to the left. A big breath out of the mouth, and perhaps you start to close down your eyes. So there's that recognition that the hard work is done and that you're slowing down. Let's move to the second side. Hips scoot to the right, knees draw in and then drop to the left. Right arm expands. To come back to center, hug your knees into the chest. If you wish to put a jumper or a blanket over you, anything that gives you warmth and comfort, then please do so. And then let's stretch out the legs. Take your palms up, close down the eyes, give yourself a fidget to help you find comfort. And then completely let your body relax against the floor. Breath is nice and easy now. The only thing moving here is just that gentle, natural rise and fall of your ribcage. Check that the toes and the fingers are not clenched, but they're really soft. And get a feeling of your whole body melting heavily into the floor. Noticing how you feel in the absence of movement. Notice perhaps how stretched and open the body feels at the end of your practice. Maybe you feel taller, a little bit more free in the joints. Know that if you have time, please stay in your Shavasana for as long as you wish. Otherwise, if you're coming to end the practice with me, take your arms overhead and take a deep breath in and out here. And then slowly draw those knees in towards the chest. Little rock from side to side. And then slowly roll over to one side, taking an inhale and exhale here. And then gently push your way up. Take your time to come into a nice, comfortable, seated position. Rest your hands onto your legs, close down those eyes. Holding on to your practice for a moment longer. And then bring your hands together at your heart center and bow your head in a form of expressing gratitude to yourself for carving out this time to practice. And thank you so much for being here with me today. Namaste. Thank you so much, my friends. I hope you enjoyed the class. Just that reminder, Homes for Lambeth are providing you with these every single week as part of the work that they're doing to support mental health and wellbeing during this time. And we hope to continue with these. So thank you, as always, for joining. And I very much look forward to seeing you again. Many thanks, guys. Have a great day.